Hello and welcome to Module 7 of the Sustainability Certification Training. Module 7 is in two parts. Module 7 is about the did we get there step of the sustainability journey of an organization, which is a continual improvement journey. In this part 1, we're going to understand measuring sustainability. Key learning outcomes here would be describing the key components or concepts of measurement and reporting, including metrics and KPIs. When organizations are planning and progressing their sustainability journey, they must continually review their velocity and outputs to ensure that they are achieving what they wanted to. This involves analyzing information to decide on the next steps. Therefore, a key tool in the decision-making process is measurement and reporting, which need to be performed at various levels. We are currently in the did we get there step of the continual improvement model for the sustainability journey. This step asks the following: are we moving in the agreed direction? By we mean the organization. Is it still the correct direction? Are we moving at the agreed pace? Is the pace sufficient? Are we achieving the intended results? How are we performing in comparison to the relevant benchmarks? Do we have sufficient and reliable information to make decisions? So in this module, we will consider the various recommendations that help organizations find answer to these questions. The organization should collate the data relevant to these questions and present the information in the form of dashboards and reports to the appropriate stakeholders. After this, the information will be used to review the progress of the sustainability journey and the initiatives and to decide the next steps. Many of the next steps are described in the next module, how do we keep the momentum going? In this step, which is about did we get there, it utilizes or uses inputs from the previous steps, such as the agreed direction and objectives, which means the organization's vision and purpose, the regulations and standards to be considered, the outcomes and objectives for ongoing and new sustainability initiatives, also the metrics and criteria to assess the progress and the success of the actions, the information about the actual status and the progress, which includes the current state of the organization's ecosystem, which also includes understanding the organization's current state and also understanding the historical data and the changes that have happened over time. And this step also takes the following inputs: the status and progress of other organizations as well, for learning some lessons from there. Once this step of did we get there is completed, the organization will usually decide a shared view of the status and the progress of the sustainability journey. Therefore, they will know the need for further actions. They will also know whether the information is sufficient and whether changes are required in the measurement and reporting. Session 1 is about measuring sustainability. Organizations measure and report on their sustainability to provide internal and external stakeholders with the information they need for their decision making. The creation and approval of the various sustainability objectives is connected to the organization's achievement of its original objectives. KPIs, key performance indicators for sustainability, identifies and analyzes significant social developments as well as associated opportunities and risks. To define the relevant measurements and reporting tasks, it is important, therefore, to understand who are the reporting stakeholders, what is the information about the organization's sustainability which is required in order to make decisions, and what are the requirements regarding the content and the format of the reports themselves. Begin with measuring sustainability, the key definitions of this area: metric, indicator, and key performance indicator. Metric is a measurement or calculation that is monitored or reported for management and improvement. Indicator is also a metric that is used to assess and manage something. Key performance indicator is an important metric used to evaluate the success in meeting an objective. So the ITIL Measurement and Reporting Practice Guide offers a lot of guidance on measurement and reporting. The terms metrics and KPIs are generally used synonymously in a similar way or interchangeably, and sometimes with slightly different meanings as seen here. This guidance, which is coming from the ITIL Measurement and Reporting Practice Guide, and is also followed in all the other ITIL publications, such as the sustainability one that we are into. Performance is a measure of what is achieved or delivered by an organization or a system or a person, a team, a practice, or a service, or anything else. KPIs. The management differentiates between key information metrics and supplementary metrics. Indicators are considered as important when they describe the most important properties of something in consideration, or the factors that significantly affect those properties of that area. KPIs assess the object's state or the state of something in terms such as good or bad, acceptable or unacceptable. A metric, therefore, is only a KPI when it is crucial for assessing an object state. The word key is important in the KPI. KPI assesses the object's state in terms of good or bad, acceptable or unacceptable, as I mentioned earlier. A metric can only be used as a KPI if it has an agreed target value and a tolerance, which is the acceptable deviation. Every KPI, therefore, has a target. If the target is not met, then the KPI indicates that the performance has to be improved. There are two common methods of measurement: calculations based on data from tracking and monitoring tools, and taking surveys from the stakeholders.